Hello and welcome to a new chapter of Champ Speak. Champ Speak is all about India's elite international sportspersons who are part and parcel of the Indian Oil family. We've had the who's of Indian sports. We've had Pullela Gopichan, we had Sharat Kamal, we had the latest poster boys in Indian doubles, Chirag and Satvik, all of whom have been doing yeoman service, bringing laurels to the country and the corporation. Today we're going to feature someone who has seen it all, been there, seen it all, conquered it, former Commonwealth Games bronze medalist, gold medalist at the South Asian Games. She's won multiple times the national championship, 4 singles titles, 3 in a row from 91 to 93, and the last one in 96 to go with the doubles as well. Overall, 9 titles. She won the Toulouse Open in France in 91. And what's most remarkable is that even after her playing days, she has continued to contribute to the game. And that's the reason the Government of India has bestowed upon her the Dhyan Chand Lifetime Achievement Award. And it's always, as always, a pleasure to meet Manjusha Kanwar. Hi Manjusha, how do you do? Good to be with you. And it's now time for us to listen to her inspiring story. Manjusha, the Major Dhyan Chand Lifetime Achievement Award has the enormity of this accolade. Has it sunk in yet?
Not yet, to tell you frankly. It's just I've just been on a roll, and ever since I got the news, I've been getting so many wishes from all across, from IndianOil, from across the badminton fraternity, from Sports Authority of India, from all the gamut of people that I have been associated with as a child are all wishing me. So it's really, I'm overwhelmed.
And this is in many ways, a sort of, giving back in a sense, because you contributed so much to the game even after you quit playing. And it's actually sort of, a way of acknowledging the contribution that you have made to the game on and off the field.
Yes, it is. I feel really happy. Of course, you don't work for awards. Work in the sports field as a player and now as a sports administrator. Sports has been my passion. I've always dreamt of continuing to contribute even after my playing days, and I'm glad that I was given an opportunity by IndianOil and all other Sports Authority of India and Badminton Association Federation. So I think I'm blessed in that way, and I'm just so happy to contribute and make good policies for the youth, something which I dreamt of as a player. I'm happy that I can contribute and it can actually materialize for the next generation.
In fact, that's a very important point you touched upon, Manjusha, because you grew up or you played the game at a time when infrastructure, facilities was non-existent. In fact, whatever you all achieved was in spite of the system, which is not the case now, because players get the best of facilities, you got the best of coaches, support staff. So while growing up, let's trace your journey back, because I'm sure it's going to be inspiring to a lot of youngsters who would be taking up the game. You grew up in Pune. In many ways, Pune, as it was known then, is synonymous with the game of badminton, because it's said that the game originated here. So how did it all begin for you? Did you start at school level, or was it a little later? How did you
Yeah, definitely for me it was a little later. My family and my father was working in Africa, and so when I came to Pune, actually it was when I was 12 and a half to 13 years old. So in today's standards, that's a little late. But at that time, I guess everyone was playing and studying and trying to juggle both. So it was okay. And I was lucky then that I came to Pune, where, badminton was huge. Even at that time, we had around 50, 60 courts all over the city. So getting a court to play was not an issue. And I was just blessed to meet my godfather and coach, Mr. Gore, Vasant Gore, who then took me from A to B and B to C. And I think the entire Pune city, the people of Pune, right from the district association and all various coaches and all that, helped me grow as a player, as a human being. And I think I was just lucky to be from Pune.
And also the fact that, these days you play on synthetic surfaces. You all, I think, played on concrete surface. Yes. And that is how, would have been very hard on your knees as well. So just trace by that journey, na, and towards your first national title in
Right,
'91.
right. Kishore, at that time when you're playing and you have a cemented court versus a wooden court and then later on a hoa court, you don't really think. You just, whatever is available, you go and you play. And I think that was the best mindset. Instead of complaining, I didn't have much choice. So, but I knew that if I just keep going and practicing hard, I will do well. Of course, you need to practice on Hua court to develop a different game. While we were mostly skidding on the cemented court, we had to use a lot of resin powder. We had to clean the court. So, in a way, if I look back, I think it made me value the court and the rectangle and everything. So, I take that also as a positive way that I was cleaning the court. I was literally, thinking of how it's not going to skid. So that rectangle became my home, whether it was cemented or wooden or hoa court. I just loved that rectangle. It became my temple, my home, my place of rest, my place of action on the court. So I could literally sleep on the court. In the afternoons, I've been there in the stadium where there are no lights, and I would just go and sit on the court. So I just, fell in love with that rectangle.
In fact, talking about your love affair with badminton, a lot of people we spoke to, your earlier coaches, everyone is of the opinion that you are one of the most hardworking players they have come across. May not be that naturally skilled, but you worked on it, and as they say, there's no substitute for hard work. So, was that something which helped you to win your first title, the nationals? I think just before that, it was Madhumita Bis for a long time.
Yes, absolutely. She was the reigning queen of badminton, had a fantastic game. And when I look back now, also I'm wondering, how did I win so many titles? I don't know what happened, And I was definitely, like others say, I felt I was not, didn't have a very natural game. I had to work hard. And if you tell this to my parents, they always thought that, she's very happy-go-lucky and a dreamer, So I started understanding and working hard when I was touching the seniors. So the transition came when I was 17 years old. That's when I won my first junior tournament. It was a CCI All India ranking tournament, and I won the juniors and seniors. And I was 17 and a half, and that was the turning point of my entire career. And I realized that, okay, so now I have to, it's an added responsibility. I have to, give back, and people are expecting a lot. I go on the court and I can't let anybody down. And that sort of feeling came on me that I took it on as a responsibility more so that, now I have to give. I go out of Pune, I have a name to protect, so it's Pune. I go out of Maharashtra, I have a name to protect, so that's Maharashtra. So that kept me motivated because I'm very patriotic. I just love representing something. That's the way I was. So in my mind, I would just feel I'm the brand ambassador wherever I went, and that made me work harder. That was my motivation. And yes, even though girls had, they were opponents who were very skilled, very good flowing strokes and all that, I knew I had to retrieve every shuttle, and I knew I had to do it really fast. I had to be really quick. So my strength was my speed, and my strength was my half smashes. I didn't have powerful full smashes, so I knew that I had to reach faster than any girl, and that was my motto. Just get there quick, pick up the shuttles as fast, and just keep the opponent stranded before she knew anything.
So maximize whatever you have, and
Right.
and Manjusha, actually talking about your national titles, you won 3 in a row, and then again in '96. Then of course to go with your doubles titles with Archana Devda, the mixed doubles title. Which one do you treasure the most? Which of your national titles?
See, the first one is always, in fact, the first one I was unseeded, underdog. I had just lost a tournament before in the quarterfinals to a young upcoming girl called Firoza Batliwala. And so when I went in, I was unseeded, and nobody expected that I would win. And there was Seema Bhandari, who was, people expected her to win. She had not won the nationals. And suddenly I was there in the final, playing her in the final, and I won. And everything just came together. And then I won the doubles also, and it just started a journey of playing the finals. And like everyone remembers my 4 singles titles, but I also remember the 3 losses I had in the final. For me, it was always like, okay, I lost this, I lost that. I never counted what I won. So for me, I reached 7 finals. I felt 2 of them where I should have converted them into wins because the whole year I won. One, of course, I was overswept up and up, but really played well. But the other two, the whole year I played well. So for me, when I look back, automatically I just think of those two. Okay, maybe I lost those. I never thought of the ones that I won, and my brother and my mom and my father always instilled in me that don't look back, just keep forward. So I have just almost forgotten. And so today, sitting here with you, I'm remembering and reminiscing all those wins, which normally I don't do that.
In fact, you should do that, which brings me to your titles at the international level. And why I would say to the youngsters also is because those were very, you all in many ways, yourself, Aparna later, even Madhumita missed earlier, Gopichan, you all really had to face so many odds. You really didn't have a system in place. As I said a while earlier, infrastructure was not the best. And still, you all managed to win that bronze medal at the 1998 Commonwealth Games. In Kuala Lumpur, and I think you also once spoke about the disappointment of missing out on the '94
Yes,
Commonwealth Games.
I think I was at my peak of my career, Kishore. I had everything. I had done everything in India, and I was really looking forward to going out and winning. I was studying all my opponents that were there at the Commonwealth Games. There was England and Singapore, and I had beaten all of them in the other tournaments. I had just got a new camera, and I was recording all games, and I was really geared, and I felt that was my best chance to get a medal. If not, the gold. I was going all out, and last moment, the government didn't send the badminton team. So that's what happens. You lose, Commonwealth Games comes once in 4 years. You lose out on 4 years of a chance. But of course, I got a lot of other things also. I can't say, but I still remember that was my peak of my game. In '98, I was sort of, it was towards the end. I knew that, now I've played a lot of badminton behind. So just getting in the team itself was very good for me. And then I had to play a crucial role of playing singles and doubles for us to get that bronze medal. And I was so pumped up. I was like as if I'm carrying the Indian flag on my own shoulders. I felt like a huge responsibility. I have to do this for the team. I have to win my singles. I have to win my double. And if at that time when we had Uday Pawar and Prakash Padukone with us in the team, if they would have told me that you play all events, I would have done it. I was so charged up. I gave everything, and the entire team had the best harmony, best team spirit. Everything just came together. It was a very important medal for both the men and women because that's transformed the badminton stage. We got priority status at Sports Authority of India because of the medal. So we raised the level in the country, and I think it was important even for the coming years. That medal was very important.
Yeah, that's very truly said because the badminton was on an upswing. Aparna Popat came, Saina Nehwal, PV Sindhu. So the game has really taken off, and as you said, you and the players of that generation were in many ways the torchbearers of. And you spoke about team spirit. You said you are someone you get totally involved. If be it playing for the country or even for IndianOil, like you're the brand ambassador, and that's something very good about you. And maybe that is the reason that even after you quit playing, that urge to do something for the game has always been there.
Every player has their strengths and weaknesses, and I've realized that I play my best when I'm with a team, and although I'm in an individual sport, probably maybe if I would have taken hockey or something, I would have gone a little better or something. But that's when I realized that even after my post playing career, I would love to make a team of ex-sports people and to get together and work on how to promote sports and sports people. And I always had a dream of working on a sports policy. It was always there in the back of my mind that one day I'm going to be part of, if not just be part of something very important. It's like for me it was like an important document which like for years it affects the next youth. I had this thing in my head, I don't know, that it gave me a lot of power, and it gave me a lot of energy. And then in IndianOil, I got that opportunity. I was so grateful, that IndianOil interested me also to make some decisions. Of course, there is always a team and their seniors and juniors, but they really gave me space. They taught me how to take decisions, how to make decisions, to own them up, to think. and groom me into the person that I am today. Of course, there's a lot to learn still, but I think I've really enjoyed that process, and I've loved that work because I just love to do something which is going to affect others. The things that I could not get, I had made a vow to myself, I made a vow to my coach that I'm going to do something with the knowledge that I have. I just can't go, away from here with the knowledge that I have. I had to give it back because I felt that I know a lot. It may not have been very useful for me in my career, but I had learned so much, and I was like a sponge. So I was just absorbing. And I remember Uday Pawar telling me that just be like a sponge, watch, absorb, watch. And so it became like I have to be like a sponge, So I just absorbed all this knowledge. And so I was waiting for a chance, when I can, share it and do something. So more so, it's not that I have done it. I think I'm happy, really happy that I got this. I'm lucky.
That's a very important point that you make, because once I was speaking to Gopi Chand, he also said the same thing, that I wanted to ensure that what I didn't get as a player, I'll see to it that the next generation gets it, because no one better equipped than a player who has undergone all this to know what is missing and to add on to it. So as you said, you got an opportunity, and you made a very smooth transition from someone who was excelling on the field of sports to a corporate life, and this is something we have seen. Sports persons always, because of the discipline which is instilled in them, they always, any walk of life they take up to, they make it a success.
I think so. The important thing is that we face failure so much. People write you off in the paper. Your family has to face that. Your name is blown. I remember I still had an article with me which was written in 1989 by a reporter called John Crasto in the Times of India, Mumbai, Maine. And it came like in the sports page that Manjusha can't do it. She's too thin. She doesn't have it in her. And I was like, blown away. And so that realization came that, you can be criticized publicly. People are going to read about it. You're going to feel terrible. Your family is going to feel terrible, your coaches, and you still have to, you have to get up the next day and start again from scratch. And, in front of those people that are going to read that paper and think that you're not good enough. I had that article for many years. I kept it in my pocket, I kept it in my bag, and I said, okay, this is a reminder. And somehow that article gave me a lot of strength. And after 5 years, the same reporter, John Crasto, came and sat next to me, and he said that, Manisha, you proved me wrong. And it was not that I was angry with him. I just, literally thanked him also that, you inspired me more. And I just felt happy that he came to me and said that it was amazing. I never thought, and you just tore me apart by your action. My words were just nothing. So then going into work is much easier. You know that you can start every day all over again. You do something, and then next day we all come in as sports people and we start from scratch. So that's not difficult as a sports person. I think that's a big strength that you carry as a sports person that another normal employee may not have that.
And looking back at your career once again, amongst the international titles, was the Toulouse Open singles title very special to you? The one
very special. 1991, I went in, I won that title, and that also gave me a lot of confidence that yes, I can do something on international shows. I've always wanted to do better. I've come very close, extended the Chinese at that time, but I just couldn't win the big ones. And so that has always been there in my mind that if I would have done this, or if I would have got more strength, or if I would have understood sports science better, or if I would have understood my weaknesses and worked on that. So those things weighed very heavy on my mind. I had few things. If my coach would have just told me where my leg was going, so those, I did a lot of self-study. Of course, now with that I can help others. It came a little late for me, and so that is, yes, I look back and I felt I could have played better international badminton. I had the capability, but nevertheless what the players have achieved today is just phenomenal.
Yeah, and
It's
Manjusha,
phenomenal,
you
yeah.
said about how these things taught you a lot, and going along. And like, there's so many things one would like to speak to you about. And since, time and tide
Right.
do not wait for anyone, just a parting thing, question rather, like, we all hope that this is just the beginning. You've done so much, and you still have few years of corporate life left, and I'm sure you have a vision for the game of badminton. If you could kindly share with
Yeah, I mean, of course, badminton, and now with Indian Oil giving me a platform, I have a vision for entire sports. I feel like, okay, there's so much that I've learned, and I'm still learning with all the sports people that I'm dealing with. It's not only badminton, and I really enjoy working as an administrator. One thing that I can, say very confidently is that I'm really, really thankful to my seniors, to my all my seniors in the past and today's chairman, that they've really put in a lot of faith and confidence in me, and so they're giving me different platforms where about our unique program Parivartan Present to Pride. So there are new things that I'm learning, that it's not only of budding sports people, it's of nation building, where sports can be used as a phenomenal tool for building up society, and which I feel that it's a huge space in India that we still have to do. So for that, I'm really thankful to my chairman, Vaidya sir, and to Indian Oil over the years, all my past leaders, for giving that opportunity. Also in badminton, which you said, what do I look forward to? I look forward to working and making better policies, be it with the Federation, be it with Sports Authority of India, be it with Ministry, be it with Indian Oil. That has been a passion. I want to continue to do that.
We all hope. More strength to your arms, Manjusha. Been doing a splendid job, and may you continue to serve the corporation, the country, and all of us who really enjoyed your fascinating journey. So, well, that's Manjusha Kanwar for you. Who's been bestowed upon the Major Dhyan Chand Lifetime Achievement Award for all that she has done for the sport of badminton, both on and off the field. I'm sure you would have had a good time listening to her inputs, her insights. And for all of those watching, Champs Week will continue to bring more such champion sports persons in the episodes to follow. Until then, this is your host S. Kishore bidding goodbye.